Thank you. IPSF section, if you need more time, can you show by a thumbs up?
Shall my IPSF Secretary General, the results have been keyed into the parliamentary system.
Thank you so much. Julian, can I have the parliamentary system updated, please? Thank you. Can the parliamentary system be updated, please?
Michelle Mayuba, IPSF Secretary General, is it possible for us to announce the results as we try to understand what the technical challenge is?
Thank you, IPSF Secretary General. I allow that for this session while we look at the technical. I will allow IPSF section to announce the results for motion number 2, which reads, this 72nd IPSF General Assembly appoints Ms. Lekki van Meegen from KNPSV, the Netherlands, Ms. Susanna Vijij from KEPSA, Kenya, Ms. VB Marriott from KEPSA, Cameroon, of the Motions Committee for the duration of this General Assembly. This motion shall not be reviewed once it has been achieved. IPSF section, you can present the results for this motion.
The results are 33 people voted for, 0 people voted against, 2 people abstained, and 2 people abstained. So under the guidance of the Motions Committee, from this motion moving forward, we'll be considering those who don't vote as abstentions. So the 2 are the people who have abstained, and then 0 spoiled. So that's the complete results.
Thank you, IPSF section. The motion number 2, which reached the 72nd IPSF General Assembly, appoints Ms. Lekki van Meegen from KNPSV, the Netherlands, Ms. Susanna Vijij from KEPSA, Kenya, Ms. VB Marriott from KEPSA, Cameroon, of the Motions Committee for the duration of the General Assembly. This motion shall not be reviewed once it has been achieved. This motion has been passed. Thank you and congratulations, members of the Motions Committee. Now we'll move on to motion. Can I have the next motion on the screen, please? Motion number 3. Okay. Motion 3. And motion 3 reads, this, the 72nd General Assembly, appoints Ms. Chloe Boytred from Upper France, Ms. Anna Marit Domanes from KNPSV, the Netherlands, Ms. Kopan Tipta from PSAT, Thailand, Ms. Jita Tashvaran from PST, Thailand, Ms. Gista Ukraine from IM Thailand, Miss Rawisara Pomduki from TSTA Thailand, Mr. Nipoli Toan from PST Thailand, Mr. Taichan K. Krongen, Mr. Sorawith. As scrutineers for the duration of this General Assembly, this motion shall not be reviewed once it has been achieved. Apologies to the candidates of this General Assembly for butchering your names. I now open the floor for discussion. For this is a motion proposed by ESCO. There is no need for a seconder. We can have a motivation from ESCO if there's any. Can I have a motivation from ESCO? Any motivation from ESCO for the nominated scrutineers? And we have a new comment from IPSF SecGen. The floor is yours, IPSF SecGen.
Thank you for the floor, Michelle Mayuba, IPSF Secretary General. Similar to the previous motion, we are adding more scrutineers to support in the full length of the online General Assembly, just in case the current one from the on-site General Assembly might not make it to all sessions.
Thank you, IPSF Secretary General, for your motivation. And we have a procedural motion in the chat area from ASEP Algeria. ASEP Algeria, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Jeff, for the floor. So, Selmari Maksouri, ASEPA Algeria. I would like to raise a procedural motion to limit the time for voting from 10 minutes to 5 minutes. Thank you, and passing back the floor to the chair.
Thank you, ASEPA Algeria. Do we have a seconder? Seconded by Ken NK NPSV, the Netherlands. And now we move on to the voting procedure. The voting procedure will be for and against. There are no abstention in procedural motions. All those for the motion, please type an I in the chat area. All those for the motion, type an I. Please note this privilege is only for full members. Thank you. Thank you. I'll give 2 seconds for full members to vote. Thank you. And thank you. All those who are against the motion, please type an I in the chat area. Okay. Thank you. We have more of ayes in the chat area and 1 against the motion. This motion has been carried anonymously. The time for discussion or the time for voting has been reduced to 5 minutes for the motion. Now we'll go back to the motion at hand, which is motion number 3. Voting for the candidates. I will now open the floor for, we have a point of order from BPHD Germany. The floor is yours, BPHD Germany.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Lisa, BPHD Germany. We would like to make a point of order to suggest that we vote backwards on procedural motions, so starting with against and then for, so that if it's unanimously, we don't have to all count the votes, but can just yeah, decide that it's unanimously. And one comment, we have the interventions in the parliamentary system as well. So you can see them popping up there too. Thank you.
Thank you for your 2 comments. I will consider them. The other one was a technical with the parliamentary system. Please note that the technical support is working on it. And for the motion, since we already have received the motion, we will re-vote on the procedural motion for us to accept this motion unanimously. I will type in the chat. Okay. So all those who are voting for the motion to limit the time of voting to 5 minutes, type an I in the chat area. The voting will be against and for. Sorry, I think we need to redo the voting again. The voting procedure will be against, then for. So we'll redo the procedural motion voting. Please disregard everything above. The new voting is here, against. Okay. All those who are voting against the motion, please type in an I in the chat area. I see none. All those who are voting for the motion, type in I in the chat area. Okay. Thank you so much for voting for the procedural motion. This motion has been passed unanimously. Now we go back to the motion that was at hand, motion to elect the scrutineers for this session with the member organizations. The floor is open for discussion. Can I have a confirmation from the technical team if the speakers list is ready and working? Can I have a comment, please, from the technical support yes. I have a confirmation from IPSF section that the parliamentary system is working. Now the floor is open for new comments. I'll give 5 seconds for any comments to the motion on the screen. For amendments, if there are any amendments, any comments. I see no new comments. If you have a comment that you are preparing or typing, please text a Y in the chat area. I give 5 seconds for that. I see no T in the chat area. I'll now close the floor for discussion. I will now allow the IPSF section to send the link for voting. Please do check the vote, the link, and your spam messages for the link. Can I have a confirmation from IPSF section if the link has been shared? Yes, and voting starts now. If you have any technical during the voting, if you did not receive the link to the voting, text a Y, or if you face any technical in accessing the link, text a Y. Please note that only those who were present during the roll call will receive the link. Thank you. If you have any problems in accessing the link to the voting, please text a Y in the chat area. Thank you for your patience. All 4 members, if you have any issue in accessing the link, do well to use the chat area for any technical. Scrutineers, you may start counting the votes so that at exactly 5 minutes, we are done with the voting. Scrutineers, you can start counting the votes. One more minute. If you're facing any challenges in the voting, please do type I. Unfortunately, there are no new comments during voting. I will only accept technicals. Thank you. The floor has been closed for new comments. Please note, we are voting. "25 seconds. Can I have a confirmation from the scrutineers if we have received the votes accordingly? Thank you. Can I have the votes results be uploaded on the parliamentary system? Thank you. Motion 3 reads, this the 72nd General Assembly appoints Ms. Chloe Bonitret, Anne France, Ms. Annie Maridech Bomash from KNPSV, the Netherlands, Ms. Kompampa Tim Prakon from PST Thailand, Ms. Jintas Chichaverwong, PST Thailand, Ms. Jasita Algren. I am Thailand. Miss Rawisa Kumodik, PST Thailand. Mr. Netpong Towach from PST Thailand. Miss Titra Krongal, I am Thailand. Mr. Sorawitsrad, PST Thailand, as scrutineers for the duration of the General Assembly. This motion shall not be reviewed once it has been achieved. The voting results are 31 for, 0 abstain, and 4 against. This motion has been passed. Congratulations to our scrutineers for this session. Thank you. Now we move on to the next motion. Can we have a display of the next motion? Next motion on the agenda will be next motion on the agenda, motion 62, the elections of regional chairperson. Okay, and motion 62 reads, this, the 72nd IPSF General Assembly, elects the chairperson of the African Regional Office for the mandate 2026-2027. Sorry, I will read again. This, the 72nd IPSF General Assembly, elects the chairperson of African Regional Office for the 2026-2027 term. This is a motion proposed by the Executive Committee. We do not have comments. I will invite the candidate to give a 3-minute speech. Do we have the candidate for APRO in the room? Do we have the candidate for APRO in the room? Okay. Do we have the candidates available in the room to present a 3-minute speech? I will give 30 seconds while okay. Do we have a speech or a 3-minute video? Do we have a recording instead for this candidate? Can I have a confirmation from the motions committee and IPSF section? Do we have a candidate for motion 62?
Hello.
Thank you. Okay, I think we have a hand up. Yes. Candidates, are you ready for your 3-minute speech? Yes, IPSF Afro Chair IPSF nominated chair for African Regional Office. Can you please open your microphone if you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I'm having a technical issue because I cannot type in the chat box. And also, I want a clarification.
I will check. Okay. I have a new comment. I will take the new comment from ISMAFARSI, Indonesia. The floor is yours. Yes, the new comment from Indonesia. Do we have IFAMA Indonesia in the room? Okay, I will consider that as a drop. Yes, nominated candidate for Afro region. Are you in the room?
Yes, I am.
Okay, are you ready with your 3 minutes, 3-minute speech?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay, thank you. Nominated candidate for the African Regional Office for 2026-2027 term. Now the floor is yours for 3 minutes. Can I have a timer on? Thank you. The floor is yours, nominated candidate.
Thank you for giving the floor. Am I audible? My name is Israel, and I'm the nominee for the chairperson IPSF Afro position. So during my mandate as regional relations officer, I've been very active and I have a lot of SEO and CP to be active. So during our mandate, over 215 reports have been submitted, 30% increase compared to last year, and we did a lot of collaboration. So my first year as a student exchange officer, I have been elected best SEO of the year, and I spent like 4 years in IPSF. I spent 2 years in the global ASEC body. I work closely with the current chairperson, Ms. Dorian, and today I stand before you as chairperson of IPSF Afro. So what is my plan for IPSF Afro? The 3 big things I want to do. The first one is capacity building program. I want all our IPSF members to be well trained. That's why I will learn the call for the trainer and for the training. The next step will be the organization of our member organization. The executive members will train them to be very active, to be very well organized, to have the program, to know what they want to do. And according to what they want to do, we'll organize a lot of activities. We'll also organize webinar and also we'll collaborate with the different regions. IPSF Afro is one of the most important regions among the other regions, and that's why we want to be very active. And we can only be active if we are collaborating with the other regions. We are doing a lot of webinars. So to do that, I will also organize RWD one-on-one meeting with all our member organizations. The policy competition between our member organizations will train members in policy writing in order to strengthen understanding of health policy and advocacy, encourage active participation in policy development within IPSF Afro. We'll also organize intra-regional competition debate. That competition will be different topics. So participants research assigned topics and present evidence-based solution and certificate awarded to the participant and sponsorship sought to expand the event. So me as chairperson of IPSF Afro, I will not only be the chairperson for only IPSF Afro, but I will do more than that. I will help the members to be very active. my plan is every student to know more about IPSF. I want them to know more about IPSF. So that will be very inclusive. About the bilingual language, I'm bilingual, so I speak English and French. So all the Francophone countries will know, get the information in French, as well as English, Anglophone countries. The webinar the IPSF Global will organize, I will make sure that all our members to attend the IPSF Global event.
Thank you, nominated candidate for the African Regional Office for the mandate 2026-2027. I now open the floor for discussion. Please do use the speakers list. I'm notified that the parliamentary system is now active and working. Do we have any new comments? Any directed comments? Do we have any comments for the motion? And there's a new comment from CE Farmer BF Burkina Faso. CE Farmer BF Burkina Faso, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. It is CFAM BF Burkina Faso. Yes, Desire CFAM BF Burkina Faso. I want to ask the Chair if it is possible for the SecGen and the past chairperson of the Afro to take the mic or the floor and say a word for the nominee, please. On the behalf of the nominees, please. Thank you.
Thank you, CF Farmer BF Burkina Faso, for your new comment. Do we have a comment from, we have a new comment from BPHD Germany. Miss Elizabeth, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Lisa, BPHD Germany. This isn't related to Desire's comment, though. So maybe we can give the floor for directs first. Thank you.
Thank you. Your comment isn't a new comment, if I get that correctly. Can I have a clarification from BPHD Germany?
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Lisa, BPHD Germany. No, my comment is a new comment, but I think Desire wanted some input from others, right? If I understood correctly. Thank you.
Thank you, BPHD Germany. Unfortunately, the last part of your comment was not audible enough. We have a clarification from IPSF section. IPSF section, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Michelle Mayuba, IPSF in general, Chair for the floor. My clarification is towards Mr. Desira from BF Burkina Faso. Please, could you clarify your question and maybe let us know which specific objective part of our interaction you'd like us to give? I'm sorry. Thank you for the floor, Michelle Mayuba, IPSF Secretary General. Sorry, my flu is coming up again, so my voice keeps on disappearing. So my clarification was to Mr. Desire from BF Burkina Faso. Please, could he clarify his question? Maybe to make it a bit more specific on what specific input he'd like based on his question. Thank you. Over to you, Chair.
Thank you so much for your clarification, IPSF SecGen. I have another new comment from BPHD Germany. BPHD Germany, the floor is yours for your new comment.
There's a technical from Burkina Faso. Thank you.
Thank you. I think due to some technical, I could not notice the technicals. Please do use the Google form so that we can acknowledge all the technical using the parliamentary system. I will take the first technical, Lebanon, first. The floor is yours, LPSA Lebanon.
Thank you,
Thank
Chair,
you.
for the floor.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Mohammed Hashim, CP IPSF Lebanon. The audio of the SecGen wasn't audible. Thank you.
Thank you, LPSA Lebanon. I'm checking the chats. Okay. Okay. I see no new comments. I see no clarifications. I now pass the floor to B. I have a clarification from IPSF SecGen. IPSF SecGen, the floor is yours.
Thank you. To respond to LPSA Lebanon presentation, my question was to Mr. Desire. Could he kindly repeat the question he has? The new comment he has directed myself and the current chairperson of the IPSF African Regional Office. He raised a new comment and I was not so certain how to respond to it. So could he kindly clarify the question?
Thank you. IPSF Secretary General, I would just clarify if that was audible enough for CE Farmer BF Burkina Faso. Yes, I will now pass the floor to CE Farmer BF Burkina Faso for the clarification.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Desire C Farm, BF Burkina Faso. Yeah, but the question, I think I will drop the question. This one I will send a new comment and another new comment. Thank you.
Thank you, CFAM Burkina Faso, for dropping that comment. Can we get the speaker list updated? And we have a new comment from BPHD Germany.
Thank you, Chair, for
The
the
floor is
floor.
yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Lisa, BPHD Germany. Thank you, Yao, for your nomination. We have a question for you. So in your nomination form, you mentioned that you have quite a few projects and initiatives that you want to start. A lot of them would be the responsibilities of other RWG members. Have you discussed those ideas with them? And can you maybe also describe what leadership looks like to you and what values you have as a leader? Thank you.
Thank you, BPHD Germany. I now pass the floor to the African Regional Office candidate for a direct comment.
Okay, thank you for giving the floor. Yao Israel, nominated for chairperson IPSF Afro. So yeah, the new project I'm planning to have, we discussed this with my upcoming regional members, especially the regional relation officer and the regional project officer. And we are do this together and they are okay with that because it's very important for us and we know the outcome will be very good for our members. And regarding the leadership, for me, leadership is something you have to show the vision to your members and to understand your vision. So if they understand your vision, they will follow you. The communication is also very important. So the communication is something that can help us to work together. And for me, I want to have a team and not a group. So if you have this team, we can achieve a lot of things. So for leadership, about how to communicate to people, how to show the vision, and how to tell them to go with them. If they trust you enough, you will achieve a lot of things. Thank you.
Thank you. Just a reminder to acknowledge the chair and to say thank you at the end of your comment. We now have a new comment from Tepsa Tanzania. Tepsa Tanzania, the floor is yours. Tepsa Tanzania, are you in the room? Can I have the speakers list updated? Thank you, Tepsa Tanzania, for your new comment that you texted in the chat. Can I have a clarification from the motions committee if we can read the comment from Tepsa Tanzania from the chat? Can I have a clarification from the motions committee if I can read the comment from Tepsa Tanzania that has been texted in chat? Motions committee, can I have ESCO assisting on this proceeding? Okay, Tepsa Tanzania, if you're available in the meeting, is it possible to open your microphone and state your comment? And I now have a clarification from CFAM Burkina Faso. I will take the clarification from CFAM Burkina Faso. CFAM Burkina Faso, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Desire Sifambia, Burkina Faso. I just want to nominate to clarify which or who RPO is talking about, or RRO. Is it this mandate or the next mandate? Thank you. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you, CFAM Burkina Faso, for your clarification. I pass the floor to the nominated candidate for a direct on the clarification.
Thank you for giving the floor. Israel, the nominee for chairperson of IPSF Afro. I just mentioned that I talked this about with the RPO and the RPO. We just talked a little bit about what I want to do, and so yeah, that's what I said. Thank you.
Thank you, nominated candidate for African Regional Office. Can I have the speakers list updated? And thank you. Okay, and I have a new comment from Tepsa Tanzania. Tepsa Tanzania, if in the room, please do open your microphone to state your comment. Tepsa Tanzania. Okay, do I have a clarification from the motions committee if we can take the comment that has been texted in the chat area. Can I please have a confirmation from the motions committee to go ahead and read the comment from TEPSA Tanzania? Motions committee. I have a clarification from IPSF Secretary General. IPSF Secretary General, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. Michelle Mayuba, IPSF Secretary General. There is nothing against you reading out.
IPSF Sec Gen, you are not audible.
Michelle Mayuba, IPSF Secretary General. There is nothing against you reading out comment. Please proceed if possible. Thank you for the floor, Chair.
IPSF Sec Gen, redo your comment. It was not audible.
Michelle Mayuba, IPSF Secretary General. Thank you for the floor, Chair. There is nothing against you reading out the comment.
Thank you,
Thank
IPSF.
you. Over to you, Chair.
Thank you, IPSF Sec Gen. I will read the comment from TEPSA Tanzania. TEPSA Tanzania comments read as, how can you convince us that you will effectively represent both Anglophone and Francophone member organizations when from our experience during the Afro-TDC 2026 planning, Tanzania did not receive the level of support and engagement needed to secure stronger Francophone participation? What specifically would you do differently as a chairperson? I now pass the floor to the candidate for a direct comment.
Well, thank you for giving the floor. Yahweh Israel.
And before
IPSF
that, thank you. It has been dropped. You can go ahead with your direct comment, candidate.
Clarification. I want to know, what do you want me to do? To answer the question? Am I
Yes,
audible?
the question is in the chat area, candidate. What's your answer to the direct comment?
Israel, nominated for IPSF Afro chairperson. So when I was regional relations officer, I helped a lot of SEOs, Francophone and Anglophone, to be very active and improve it during the past AFPS symposium in Rwanda. We received a lot of Francophone. That was the first time we were receiving over 20 participants from Francophone country. So it's a proof that as RRO, I convinced a lot of Francophone to attend IPSF event activities. And as RRO, I even trained the SEO of TAPSA Tanzania. I'm Francophone actually, but I can speak English. So I trained him. That is the proof that I can speak English and French, and is a proof that I can also help Francophone and Anglophone to be very active in IPSF. I pair up the SEO of Liberia with the SEO with the CP of Guinea. The CP of Guinea speak French and the SEO of Liberia speak English, but they collaborated together. That's the proof. For me, it's not about Anglophone or Francophone. It's about everyone. We are all in Afro. It's not about Anglophone. It's not about Francophone. We all are in Africa, and we want Afro to shine. So when I will be chairperson of IPS Afro, I will do more collaboration between a Francophone country and Anglophone country, more connection, more networking between Anglophone and Francophone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, candidate. Can I have the speaker's list updated? I have a new comment from Sifam Burkina Faso. Sifam Burkina Faso, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Desire Sifam BF Burkina Faso. I would like to ask to the nominee, how do he think that Anglophone speaker will feel during his term while he's only focusing on the French speaker? And I want to remind him that during the full member application for Alpha Guinea, he was present all the night, but during the full member election for um, Ethiopia, he was absent. So I want him to tell me how he think the Anglophone will feel with him supporting mostly Francophone than Anglophone. Thank you.
Thank you, C from Burkina Faso. I pass the floor to the candidate for African Regional Office for a direct comment.
Thank you for giving the floor. Israel, nominee for IPSF Afro Chairperson. And thank you, Desire, for that question. I appreciate it. So yeah, that's true. During the full membership application, I was present. I didn't select. When I came back from
Point of order, candidates. Point of order, candidates. Or the communication is through the flow, through the chair. Do not speak to the candidates, or the comments are directed to the chair. Thank you. You can proceed with your direct comment. Thank you.
Let's start over. I want to start over.
Please continue.
Okay, thank you. So when I came back from Rwanda, I didn't even select, but I tried my best to be present for all the member organizations that apply for full membership, Ethiopia and Guinea. So during that process, I was always available. I even trained the presenter for the full member application for Ethiopia, and I helped her a lot. And after the application, when she won, she came to my boss. She said, without me, she will never win and she will never become the full member. I try my best not to sleep, but 20 hours without sleeping, it was it was a lot. I try. I don't even remember when I fell asleep. So I'm also a human being, yes, and yeah, I will always pray for Anglophone and Francophone. Something that's very funny is, I have a lot of friends from Anglophone and we always try to work together and, it's thanks to them I can speak English. So for me, it's not about Anglophone or Francophone. Yeah, maybe it's just a misunderstanding, but never Anglophone and Francophone. Me, I'm Afro. I'm not for Anglophone, I'm not for Francophone. I'm just Afro. So viva IPSF, viva la pharmacie. Thank you very much.
Thank you, candidates. I will pass the floor to Asepa for their new comment.
Thank you, Chair,
Asepa, you
for the
have the
floor.
floor.
Okay, thank you, Chair, for the floor. Am I audible? Okay, thank you
Yes.
so much. So thank you. Thank you for your nomination, first of all. I just had a question. So since we've seen that Ghana's bid to host the 2028 World Congress, which is an Afro member organization, we would like to ask, how would you ensure your support for the association throughout your mandate, particularly in helping them developing and strengthening their bid? Thank you.
Thank you, Asepa, for your direct comment. I'll pass the floor to the candidate for African Regional Office. The floor is yours. Candidate, are you in the room to provide a direct comment?
Yaro Israel, nominated for IPSF Afro Chairperson position. Thank you for this question. So, Ghana is going to host the World Congress, and what I'm going to do to help them, first of all, I'm planning to train their RC members. We can also try to see if they are ready, if they need our help, and if they need us, we'll be ready to help them. I also attended the World Congress in Kenya, and at AP Mali, when I was in AP Mali, we also hosted the FPS. So we have a lot of experience if it comes to organizing events, and we can support them consistently, ask them if they need help. And I'm planning during my Monday to pay a visit to PSFGH Ghana because they are very active in Afro. So during my visit in Ghana, we'll discuss about how we are going to host, how we can strengthen the bid, how we can do this to make it very, very well organized, well structured. So we'll not regret this organization. So I can assure you that with my experience being a lot of symposium, like 5 symposium, I know a lot to how to organize all those things, and I will be present for them. And also, I will try to get partners for them, sponsor from them. I got partner for IPSF Afro. Farm Expert. I will get a lot of partner for them and to help them because they need money to organize this. So I will get
Thank you,
a partner.
candidate, for your direct comment. Thank you, candidate, for your direct comment. I'll now move on to the next comment in the speakers list, Miss Kepsa Kenya. Kepsa Kenya, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Tiffany Njeru, Kepsa Kenya. My question to the nominee is, what challenges did you experience managing your subcommittee, and how will that translate into running the regional working group, and how will you support the regional working group in managing the various subcommittees? Thank you, Chair, for the floor.
Thank you, Kepsa Kenya. I pass the floor to the nominee.
Israel nominated for chairperson, IPSF Afro. So I'm going to say the main challenge I had during my term was the inactiveness of some members. Over time, members will have a lot of activity to do, so they will not focus on what you will ask them to do. They also have life aside IPSF. So what I did in order to figure out it, what I did was the communication. You have to communicate with them. It's not only about the web. You have to be friendly. You have to ask them the time, and you have to do, maybe I create the task tracker so they know the deadline, so they know how to work. And if they know all the information, it's sometimes very easy for them to work. But something I can tell you is also you have to learn how to communicate, how to plan everything. Now, as chairperson, how I'm going to help my RWG member to handle the members in the subcommittee. We'll have a training at the beginning of the Monday with the past RWG members. Then with that training, we'll learn from them the experience they have and the challenges they face. So during our Monday, we'll not face those same challenges and will be good enough to have a good Monday. Thank you very much.
Thank you, candidate. Now I pass the floor to TAPSA Tanzania, and I will be reading the comment from TAPSA Tanzania. As chairperson, how would you handle a serious misunderstanding or conflict between a member of different Afro-regional working group, in brackets, RWG, especially when both sides believe they are right? What process would you follow to remain neutral, resolve the issue fair, and maintain collaboration and trust within the regional working group? I now pass the floor to the candidate.
Thank you very much for giving the floor. I was Yao Israel, the nominee for IPSF chairperson Afro. So the third thing I want to say is misunderstanding can happen, and the best way to figure out this is to be fair. I will be fair enough. I will try to understand what's the problem. I will try to figure out the problem, and also we'll be having the immediate past chairperson in our RWG. I believe that if the situation came up, I will ask him how we can handle the problem, and also I will try to speak to the both side. I will not be for someone. No, I will be for the. I will be for. I will try to understand in order to see how I can figure out this. And also, he asked, what process will you follow to remain neutral, resolve the issue fairly, and maintain? The process is all the time the communication, not listen to only one person and jump in conclusion, not doing that, no. Listen to everyone and try to see how the best we can figure out the problem.
Thank you for your direct comment, candidate. Can I have the speakers list updated? Can I have the speakers list updated? If so, I see no new comments. I see no new comment. I'll give 5 seconds. There is a technical, I will not consider the text. Please use the official speaker rules. Do you have a technical, TEPSA Tanzania? Thank you. I will now close. I see no new comments. And I have a technical from TEPSA Tanzania. TEPSA Tanzania, I experienced network issues. Thank you for notifying us. Do you want to pose another comment? If so, please do type it in the chat area or share it or open your microphone to state your comment. Okay, I have a point of information from IPSF section. IPSF section, the floor is yours.
Michelle Mayuba, IPSF Secretary General, TAPSA Tanzania have submitted 2 new comments. The speakers list was cleared and these 2 are 2 new comments.
Okay, thank you so much for the notification. I will read the new comments in the chat area. TEPSA Tanzania new comment reads, how will you as Afro Chair increase the representation of African pharmacy students and young professionals in global platforms such as WHO, UN, and other international forums? From our experience, Afro has limited representation at these global events. What concrete strategy would you implement to identify, prepare, nominate, and support qualified Afro members to become IPSF delegates and meaningfully represent Africa on the global stage? I now pass the floor to the candidate.
Thank you for giving the floor. I, Israel Yawo, nominated for IPSF Afro Chairperson. So I believe that most of the time when we don't have many members from Afro, it's because the communication, people are not receiving the communication. So I will share the information to everyone. I will try to share the information to them, then they will know about what is going on. I will also share the advantages to attend those events. Some people may have received the information, but they don't know the importance. So I will also try to do information session about those events. And also, I will try to increase the quota of Afro. Sometimes we have the places, but the places are limited. So I will try to advocate for Afro, then can also increase that quota, that place for Afro. And yeah, as I said, information is very, very important than everything. Someone can have money, but because they don't have that information or because it's not well trained, so that person may not know and may not be. So information by CPs, the CP will share the information with all the different members. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your new comment. I see no new comment. Can I have the speakers list updated? Due to internet lagging, please do bear with us. There will be some delays. Can I have the updated speakers list on the screen? Okay, I see no new comments on the speakers list. I see no technical or comments in the chat area. I will now close the discussion. I'll now close the discussion and we can proceed to voting. We'll proceed to voting. I have a technical from IPSF section. IPSF section, over to you.
Michelle Mayuba, IPSF Secretary General. This is an election. Discussion of the open discussion. We can't go to voting right now. It's an election. We have to go to close discussion, then close the discussion, then voting.
Thank you, IPSF Secretary General, for your technical and clarification. For this is an election. We are supposed to go in the closed discussion. So can we have all the devices off and all the full members in the session to have their cameras open and all recording devices off? And can we show our hands? Please, can we all have our cameras on? Scrutineers, please assist to make sure that all the members that are in this session, the closed discussion, have their microphones muted, their videos open. And can someone escort the nominated candidate into a breakout room? I will be removing the candidate in the room. Yes. Can I have a confirmation from, yes, Naomi, I have a hand up or clarification from ESCO. Naomi, the floor is yours. Naomi, do you have a comment?
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Naomi Knox, IPSF Treasurer. That was a technical issue with the Zoom. Thank you.
Thank you. Can the scrutineers make sure that everyone who is in the session is supposed to... Can we see everyone in the session? Yes. For the scrutineers and the technical support, anyone who is not showing their hands up, please remove them in the meeting, for this is a closed discussion. The rules were clearly stated. Thank you. I see none. And make sure all recording documents, I will remind the GA that this is a closed discussion. Anything that is going to be discussed, it's only privileged to this session. It cannot be discussed after. Please note if you have any electronic gadget with you, please remove it. Thank you. I will assume that everyone is okay. And can I have a confirmation if the candidate is not in the room? So we can start on the new comments. Yes, can I have a confirmation if the live stream is down as well? IPSF SecGen, is the live stopped? The live streaming has been stopped. Please feel free to open your...
Michelle Mayuba, IPSF SecGen,
Okay,
let me
thank you.
confirm. Live stream is still
Thank you. We will
going on.
allow you to access whatever you are going to